Can you see? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you delete the disk from the disk group, okay, what is the deleted disk user size?
700 MB.
This 700 MB again move back to remaining disks. Then how much it will be? This will be,
1050.
this will be again
Around 1 GB, 1 GB.
1 GB, 1 GB. Okay, this is what the rebalancing. Okay, rebalancing is nothing but so whenever you add or delete disk in ASM disk group, rebalancing will happen. Okay, this talks about like rebalancing concept. Okay, so we are moving to another concept is called striping. Striping. So what is the meaning of striping? Suppose there is a disk group. The disk group contains 3 disks. Okay, as we discussed. The same way and right. This disk size is 3 GB. This disk size also 3 GB. This disk size also 3 GB. It's already filled. One GB. Okay, this is 1 GB. This is 1 GB. This is 1 GB. Okay, there is a user perform some insert statement. Insert statement. So when you do insert statement, your data will be stored in the ASM disk group. The insert statement size is approximately, let's take an example, 9 GB. Okay, so 9 GB. So this 9 GB will be divided like automatically while writing the data into disk group. 3 GB will be moved to disk 1. 3 GB will be moved to disk 2. 3 GB will be moved to disk 3. Okay, you have to compare with rebalancing. Rebalancing will happen whenever you add a disk to the disk group. But the striping will happen whenever you insert the data into the table. That time only it happens. Okay, so it won't be written directly into this disk first, again rebalancing. Okay, so will happen like that, it won't happen. So it will happen like, so whenever it is trying to write the data into disk group, it will check how many disks are there in the disk group. Based on that, how we can share. Okay, initially. Okay, so it is avoiding rebalancing concept in the normal file system. So this rebalancing won't happen. If you create a table, where is your data file is located, in which mount point the data file is located. So in that mount point only, in the data file only the data is written. But coming to here, it is not like that. Okay, it's a logical volume manager. Okay, it's not like physical file system. Okay, so it's a logical file system. Okay, and also we can call it as logical volume manager. Okay, you have to understand. So till now we used physical file systems. So ASM is the logical file system. Okay, and also we can call it as a logical volume manager. It's like a table space. Without a ASM disk, we cannot bring up the ASM disk group. Okay. So out of like three disks in the disk group, if one disk is missing in the OS, ASM disk group won't come up. We cannot bring up the ASM disk group. So 3 GB will be written here. Okay, let's take an example. Okay, total size is 3 GB, only 3 GB, right? Let's take an example. It's the total size is 6 GB for this disk. 1 GB already written. To avoid the confusion, I am writing 6 GB, 6 GB, 6 GB. Okay, out of 6 GB, 1 GB written, we have space left 5 GB. Okay, so 3 GB will be written here. 3 GB data. The total size of insert statement is 9 GB. 3 GB will be written. 3 GB will be written here. 3 GB will be written. Parallelly, it will perform. Okay, it won't be done serially. It will be done parallelly. Parallelly, it will be written. 3G, 3G, 3G. Now, if in case, if you add a disk to the disk group now, what will happen? Just I am comparing, okay, rebalancing. If you add a new disk, then what will happen? Can you guess? This is also the size of this disk is 6 GB. What will happen? Just guess. Striping is already done. Again, it performs rebalancing. Okay. Can or any confusion? No, meeting lo there. Funny. Okay, redundancy or mirroring, I already mentioned yesterday. Okay, so what is the advantage of redundancy or mirroring? So now we are moving to perform rebalancing. Okay, striping is not possible to show practically. We just need to understand theoretically. So I am moving to I'm going to create the disk. Okay. So another 3 GB. So data 2 I am creating. SCSI. So just edit. So we have to allow the update. Okay, the disk size in the ASM disk group always should be same. It's for actually recommended. Okay, we cannot give like disk 1 size is 1 GB, disk 2 size is 3 GB, disk 3 size is 10 GB. It is not possible. Rebalancing won't happen properly if you give different disk sizes. Okay, the first disk which I created given 3 GB, the same way I am giving 3 GB for second disk. Okay, I am going to the node, I am connecting to the root user. We have to do remaining step like partitioning. Okay, so ISCSI ADM, -M discovery, -T send targets, -P 192.168.1.100 -L. The same way connect to the second. F disk -L. We have disk. We have to do partitioning for this dev std n p1 enter w. Okay, here you give F disk -L. It should show dev std1. Now create the ASM disk. Oracle ASM create disk. Okay, data to dev std1. Okay, here you have to do Oracle ASM scan disks, then list disks. So we got data 2. The same way you can run here, we get data 2. Now connect to the Oracle user dot space for inv plus ASM1. Now check the size of the disk group. We have to connect like sys ASM. Select name, comma total MB by 1024, free underscore MB by 1024 from v dollar ASM underscore disk group. Okay, the data has very less space. Okay, out of 2.9 GB, we have only, okay, it is showing in MBs, okay, GBs. Okay, let me convert into MBs so we will get clear idea. Okay, so 3007 MB is the total disk size out of 3007. So around 2700 is occupied. Only free space left is 331 M. Okay, if you go and check in the disk level, select path, total MB, free MB, header status from v dollar ASM underscore disk. Then let me set the pages call path for A20. You can clearly see data 1 is the disk, right? The total size of data 1 is 3007, free size of data 1 is 331. Okay, now I am going to do like I am adding a disk to the disk group. After adding a disk to the disk group, automatically the data will be rebalanced. Okay, so rebalancing is a concept. Okay, how much faster we can do rebalancing. Rebalancing also has a concept is called parallelism. Okay, so we usually use like so 4, 6. So like that we use parallelism in real time. This is also depending on number of CPUs in your system. Okay, so rebalancing parallelism 4 or 6 depending on a parameter is called show parameter power. Okay, so ASM power limit. Okay, ASM power limit parameter by default value is 1. If you put it to 4, okay, the rebalancing will be happen very fast. Okay, while adding a disk to the disk group also we can mention. 1 minute. Okay, ASM power limit is 1. Okay, if you increase it to 4, okay, the rebalancing will be happen very, very fast. So let me, and also while adding a disk to the disk group also we can specify rebalance limit. Okay, instead of setting this parameter, we can do for specific statement. So let me try to add a disk to the disk group, alt disk group, data, add disk. Okay, so provisioned is nothing but it's a fresh disk. Okay, so we haven't used it, it's unused till now. So this one, add rebalance power is equal to, let's take an example 4. Let me check here how the rebalancing happening. So you can clearly see 3007, 3007. Okay, data 2, 2979 MB free space. After some time, free space in both the disks will be same. So now it is 575. So it is reducing, it is increasing. We have to wait for some time. So to check the rebalancing operations, we can check by using, so select star from $ASM underscore operation. So it will give the result. Okay. So how much parallelism we have for, okay. So far 508, estimated work 1335. So if it reaches 1335 means, so the rebalancing will be completed. Okay. So we have to wait until it reaches 335. After completing rebalancing, if you run this statement, it will show like 0 records, no rows selected. Okay, approximately you can see how to confirm the rebalancing is done. Okay, it's almost approximately reaches this one, right? Mostly rebalancing is completed after some time. So this will be disappeared. You can clearly see approximately the free space 1666, 1670. Okay, earlier the free space in the disk, first disk was so 300 MB. Now free space in the first disk is 1666, second disk is 1670. It's approximately it performed rebalancing. Okay. After some time it will be disappeared. Okay, so rebalancing. Okay, now we can see no row selected. If you run the query, earlier it was showing like provisioned, right? After adding a disk to the disk group, it became a member. You have to observe. Now I want to drop the disk from the disk group. Alter disk group name. Okay, we have something is called so name. Also we should have path. This one. I need to check how to drop it. Okay, we have to drop like alter disk group data drop disk. Okay, we have to do like this one. So after dropping the disk, what will happen is the disk group header status should be updated. Still it is showing. I think still rebalancing is happening. Okay, after rebalancing is done, it will become a farmer disk. We have to wait until rebalancing is completed. Select star from $3 ASM operation. Okay, rebalancing is going on again. So which we discussed theoretically. After rebalancing is done, the header status of data to disk will become a farmer. So we have to wait for some time, then we can see. Okay, I will be back in 1 minute. Okay. Okay, you can see here the difference. Earlier, it was showing data 2 was showing member. Now it is showing farmer. Okay, if you left from any organization, we can say like he is a farmer employee for the particular organization. The same way here, if the disk is dropped from the disk group, okay, the disk will become farmer. We can add the farmer disk again to the disk group, because if someone left from the project in like so TCS or Infosys, what they do, they will be moved to the bench. Bench is nothing but a farmer. From bench, he can allocate for another project, right? Like the same way, this disk can be used for another disk group or the same disk group whenever it is required. Clear? Any questions? How the rebalancing is happening? Can there any questions?
No, sir.
కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఎక్కువ ఉందా, ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఎక్కువ ఉందా, లేదంటే అర్థం కానట్టు ఉందా?
ఇది కన్ఫ్యూజన్ లేదు సార్.
Okay. Next. Okay, there are mainly 3 background processes. So to check the background process, we can check by using this. Okay, there is a background process is called ASMB. Okay. The next one, RBAL. Okay, there is another background process is called ARB. Okay, ARB will come up whenever you perform a load rebalancing. Okay, if you perform rebalancing, ARB background process will come into the picture. Okay, ARB 0, ARB 1, ARB 2, something we have. Okay, rack ASM background process mainly 3. Okay, ARBX. X means 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. If you specify rebalancing 4, okay, it will create like ARB1, ARB2, ARB3, ARB4. So ARB is the background process will perform rebalancing activity. RBAL is a manager for ARB. Okay. So ARB is a member, RBAL is the team lead. Okay. So ASMB is nothing but it's a communicator. It's a communicator between Oracle RDBMS instance and ASM instance. You have to make sure you have to understand. Okay, so background process. So ASMB communicates with ASM instance, managing storage and providing statistics. ASMB runs ASM instance, ASM CMD CP commands on database instance. ASMB also, okay, he given a lot of things, but the actual definition is, so he is communicating between database instance as well as ASM instance. So whenever if you run a statement or if you insert a statement, there will be communication happen in between ASMB as well as database. Okay. ASMB background process will take care ASM instance as well as RDBMS related things, communication, everything. RBAL, so is a background process. It coordinates, okay, how, what team lead will do. Team lead will coordinate the tasks and everything, and so ask people to work on so and so activity. So RBAL will take care of the same. So ARBN is actual background process. It performs the rebalancing activity. Thank you. Okay, I have some other meeting, office meeting. So ASM is completed. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, please upload the videos.
Okay. Okay.
Last today.
I'll upload.
Okay.